Let's kick it. And what a treat this is, as always. Tohu Harris, welcome back to the show, mate. Thank you so much for giving us some time.
No worries. Thanks for having me.
Wow, mate. I mean, it's just... Talk to me about this season. Talk to us about this season. Where you are right now, 9 wins and 6 losses. You're the captain. How do you define where the team is right now?
I think we've done a really good job of giving ourselves an opportunity. We're sitting in a really good position, and at the same time, we know that there's still heaps for us to improve on, and so that's just been the focus every week is being a better team than the week before, and I thought we've done a good job of that. We've progressed really well through the season, and we've managed to come away with some results.
What do you like especially about what you're improving upon? What aspects of the game?
I think I like the fact that we're improving on the things that we identify. So whatever we identify from the week before, we come out the next week and we get better at that. I think that's a really good sort of trait to have, because if we're not improving at the things we identify on, then I don't think we will be making the progress that we need to be playing at the end of the year. So I like the fact that whatever we're focusing on, that we pinpoint, we're getting better at that.
Tohu, defence. Let's talk about that for a start. This is such a marked improvement on last season and previous seasons as well. Since your time at the Warriors, have you seen a Warriors side defend like this?
No, not since I've been here, and it's been really fun, to be honest. To know that we sort of can defend some tough situations and turn some good sides away, and then on the flip side go down the other end and score some points. It makes the game really fun, and it makes you want to do it more.
How much more fun is it when you're winning?
Yeah, makes a big difference.
Yeah, and look, and beating the teams that we're beating as well. What is the key to going overseas, going to Australia and winning away from home? Because it had been so long.
Just like I said before, it doesn't matter what field we're playing on and where we're playing on, the focus of improving those things on the field, because the location really doesn't really matter. There's things that have to go into account in terms of recovery, and we've got a really good performance staff to sort of take care of that for us. But yeah, it's any time that we step on a patch of grass, we've got to get better at something, and we've got to do our jobs, and that hasn't changed wherever we've played, whether it's home or away.
Tohu, how has your role as captain changed, or has it changed this year, do you think?
It's been really good, to be honest. Webby and the coaching staff, they do so much to prepare us. They don't leave any stones unturned, and then also in the playing group, we've got a lot of experienced guys, like Wade, Sean, Barney, Adam. There's a whole lot of guys there that I can name that have a lot of experience, and they take care of certain areas in the team. And then, like I mentioned before, Webby, he's so it covers everything. So it makes my job really easy. I just got to first and foremost go out there and do my job.
What do you say to your team before you go out on the field? Are you a big motivational talker, or you lead obviously by example when you're playing, but do you say a lot beforehand?
I speak a few times before the game and the last huddle before we go out, but it'll change from week to week depending on what our goals are or who we're playing and what the situation is. It's not really the same every week. It sort of depends on the situation. Like if we have milestones, then that's when I will sort of point that out. That's the reason why we want to put the effort in to make it a memorable moment for whoever's milestone it is, or depending on who we're playing or where we're playing. Those sorts of things sort of come into account.
Tohu Harris, Warriors captain, with us. We've got the Rabbits on Friday night. How are you approaching this game, a wounded Rabbitohs side that has lost a few matches recently? There'd be no hint at all, I'm sure, with what you've been talking about with each other, of taking this in any way easy.
No chance at all. The Rabbitohs have shown year after year what kind of threat they are with the ball, and the players that are going to be turning up, they're just as dangerous as they've always been. And even though they've sort of lost some games, we've seen clips and video this week that the threat's still there. That we can't sort of take a play off. So it's certainly going to be a challenge, and I'm sure that they're going to want to turn up and make a big point and improve on last week. They didn't play their best last week, so I'm sure they're coming to do that this week.
Last year we only won 6 games. We've won 9 already. Now that the team is where it is in the top 8 and sitting there in the top 4, has it changed the way that you're approaching the season? Do you now think, okay, we have got to maintain this now? This is no fluke at all. We are here by right.
Well, yeah, we feel like we've earned where we are.
It's a better word, earned it, yeah.
But the focus will continue to be on improving each week, and if we can improve, we know we have the confidence in ourselves that we're a good side. But if we can continue to improve each week, then hopefully the results keep coming with that, and we can put ourselves in a real good position towards the end of the year. So, yeah, the focus, we're not sort of looking at the bigger picture and comparing from year to year and things like that. We're just looking to improve each and every week. It's I know it's a cliche, and it's something that Webby has said on numerous weeks back to back, but it honestly it's the focus for us, is becoming a better footy side.
Look, I don't want to remind you of this, but I'm going to remind you of this. This is Stacey speaking. Oh, somebody's arrived home, mate. It's one of the Rabbits players, mate. Stacey said this last year. It's just a little quote, and you were sitting next to him at this press conference.
Since I've taken over in this role, it's probably the most disappointing I've been. I thought our attitude to defence was terrible. We didn't want to get physical with them.
Now, the only reason I'm playing that is because it just feels like a lifetime ago. Does that feel like a lifetime ago to you?
Yeah, it does. We addressed the last 3 years, and during the pre-season, we had a big meeting about it as a club, and we addressed it, and we sort of made a decision in that moment to move forward. And this year's a new year. We're home now, and we've got to enjoy every moment of it. And I think that's something that we've really embraced, is enjoying what we have here in New Zealand and playing in front of our own home crowd. And I know every single person in the team, when we've spoken about it on multiple occasions, is there hasn't been an atmosphere quite like Mount Smart that we've experienced this year. It's been unreal. So we're sort of embracing the situation at the moment, and that's being home, being happy, and being with our families.
I think Webby described the fans as lunatics in the most loving possible way. It just must be such a buzz walking out there, running out there in front of 20,000 people. How do you feel about that? Do you feel, is it like you don't want to let people down, or as you say, you're more embracing the moment, saying this is fun, man? Yeah, we're embracing it. Every single person in the club is enjoying it. We love that the game this weekend is sold out already. Sold out a week ago. Brilliant, isn't it? Yeah, it's it excites us, and we really look forward to it. And we honestly can't wait to run out on Mount Smart, and it's going to be insane. And we love the fans. We love it when they get noisy and they ride the Warriors home. Look, I don't know whether you can remember or not, but when you were over based in Australia during COVID, I was working at News Talk ZB, and I interviewed you, and you were really honest about how difficult it was being away from home, being away from your wife and family and things, and how difficult it was to try and just keep your focus and things like that. And I remember getting, there was a whole lot of feedback from people saying, oh, look, these guys should just get on with it. And your wife actually contacted us, and she said, thank you for that interview, because, what he was saying is very real. And again, I'm only mentioning this because when I read Dallin's comments the other day about just the little things, and you read Sean wants to tuck his daughter, and Dallin loves spending time with the family. I don't know if any of us can actually appreciate when that's taken away from you how important it is, mate.
Yeah, it's hugely important, and Sean's a big example of that. Like, he never lost his ability throughout his whole career. He's always had his ability to be the best player on the field, and being happy away from footy has really impacted him this year in such a positive way that he's been, well, in my eyes, one of the best players in the competition, and a big part of why we're having so much success week in, week out. So it makes a massive difference, and it's something that we probably didn't realise how much of a difference at the time.
Sure.
Even when I was speaking to you then, I was probably just speaking how I felt at the moment. But
that's what it felt like.
Looking back on it, didn't realise just how wide the scope was of how much it affected each and every person in different ways. But being back home, being happy, like playing at Mount Smart every second week, it's been unreal, and it's been massive for us.
Couple of quick questions. We'll let you go. Thank you so much for your time, because I know that is precious for you. So it just must be, you must be able to feel the confidence in your team, and when you get to the stadium, what is it, the kind of thing that people are racing into training every day wanting to be there?
Yeah. We're enjoying the process of what goes into the week. Training's been fun, and then you see the result of that on the weekend. It's not something that we can take for granted either. We've got to continue to have fun and make the week fun so that we can turn up like that. But at the same time, everyone is loving how much we're improving and the way we're playing. So we just want to just keep getting better and keep it going.
Feet on the ground stuff. Is that the message?
Yeah. We can't get too ahead of ourselves. We've got to look at the things that have given us success and look at the things we need to work on and just continue to get better. That's the only way, I think, for us to sort of get to where we want to go to is just keep becoming a better footy side. If we look at anything else, then we probably lose sight of the process of how we get to that end point. And it's something that we can't take for granted.
Final question is about the knee. You're a miracle man with your knee. You seem to be able to come back from these knee injuries. Is that okay?
Yeah. The knees are fine. I haven't sort of hurt them in quite a while now. I'm strapping them up and just giving them as much support as possible. But yeah, they're getting stronger each and every week, and every week I don't have any incidents. The stronger it will continue to get. So knees are feeling good.
I'm sure that every Warriors fan that you bump into is saying thank you so much for providing so much fun and enjoyment this year. Keep it going, mate. Thank you so much for your time too.
No worries. Thanks for having me.
Awesome. Tohu Harris with us. Warriors captain here on the platform.